You're in business to serve people with your very best. That's your zone of genius. That's what you love to do. Work with clients and watch them get results. And you wish you had even more clients and that they came to you pre-sold on you. That's what my Best Clients Only lead system is all about. So much of what we've been taught about marketing leads us to create content and build funnels with nurture as the primary goal. And as we talked about in the last episode, this caters to the wrong person. It caters to the slow buyer, not the fast-moving, empowered buyer who woke up this morning and prayed, Lord God, bring me the authority, the one I'm supposed to work with, and may it be today. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how do you bring in and activate those fast movers, those empowered buyers, the best clients that you want to work with, who actually want to do the work and they're ready to take action, and they're the ones that are going to get the results. So if you already know that you are ready to scale a faith-fueled business, and if you're ready to go all in on your Christ identity and stand firm as that authority in your space so that you can command attention, establish trust, and create demand, and install a marketing and sales system that literally fills your pipeline with empowered buyers and allows you to enroll best clients predictably. And listen, if you are excited to do it as you deepen your relationship with Jesus, right, as you scale your business, and if you want to build this all with me, then I invite you to apply to work with me. The link is in the show notes, and I'll review your application and get back to you shortly to let you know if you qualify. All right. So what we're talking about today is the funnel matrix for predictable sales. But before getting into funnels, I really want to go deeper into the Best Clients Only lead system. This is the top of the funnel where leads come into your world, right? The important thing here is you don't need more leads. You need more of the right leads. We're talking about high quality, right fit leads, those fast action takers we talked about, right? Now, if you're wondering why most entrepreneurs think, give me more leads. Well, it's because that's what we've been taught. We've been told things like, it's a numbers game. It's about volume. You can qualify later. And really think about that for a second. How inefficient is that? That kind of thinking has led to things like coffee chats and tons of sales calls. Hey, do you want to get 50 sales calls this week? No, I don't actually. Because when you're going for the numbers, you're spending hours and hours each week talking to people who are not your people. Because when you have leads coming in and you're not being specific and it's all about the numbers, you're getting freebie seekers. You're getting those with victim mentalities who are on the struggle bus, right? How many times have we heard that? And the only way you'll ever sign those types of people as a client is by convincing them. And I don't know about you, but we don't convince around here. That's ridiculous. And as these lower level, I have to say, lower level unqualified leads come in, if they were to sign up and work with you, that type of buyer, they won't do the work. They won't show up. And so they won't get results, right? If it's a group offer, they may even disrupt the group. And as if that's not bad enough, this type of buyer will likely ask for a refund, saying, well, this just doesn't work for me. We don't want that. So today we want to hone in on how do you identify who your best client is, right? Who are the people that are already in your audience who will value what you have to offer? And they'll value it so much that they jump in with both feet, they do the work, and as a result, they get incredible results, right? Now, up front, I understand that this concept of being highly selective about your clients, it may feel hard. It may feel almost intuitively wrong because you're thinking, wait a minute, Jude, I am good at what I do. I can help anybody, and I want to help those who need it. But what you need to understand is that good marketing, which is marketing that converts, that's polarizing. Good marketing is polarizing. That means it draws in your people and it repels those who aren't. But look, I get it. Intuitively, it seems to make sense that if you go broad, you're ultimately going to reach more people You'll speak to that broader audience, right? But it's wrong. That may have worked 5, even 3 years ago, but these days, buyers are more discerning and they are looking for experts, specialists that can help them. Okay. So you've got to be bold and courageous enough to identify with precision who your best clients are. And I want to assure you that there is not a scarcity of them. Like, you can't go too niche. You can't go too narrow. I promise you, there are more than enough people who fit this more tailored best client characteristic set that we're talking about. So don't believe the enemy's lies when he says that you're going too narrow. There's not enough people out there. No, that's a lie. Do not be fooled. And I want to give you an example that I hope lands for you on this. If you've been following me, you know I do not cook. It's not from a position of haughtiness. I just never learned how to cook. And I have no desire to learn, right? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to read a recipe. And in high school, I almost burned our family home down. So I got some trauma with that. And so cooking is not my thing. So if you were to come to me selling cooking lessons, I can tell you I will not buy. And it's got nothing to do with how good your offer is and nothing to do with the price. It's just, I don't want it. I have zero desire to cook, much less learn how. Okay. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't sell your offer. It means you need to talk to someone different. That's the point. Okay. Shift your messaging to the person who loves to cook, who's already searching for somebody to show them how to step up their cooking, right? They're already looking for the very result that you're selling, and they want to find you ASAP. And so when you speak to that buyer who's actively looking to fix the problem that you solve, you're going to fill your pipeline with warm and hot leads that will buy. And with the funnel matrix that I'm going to run through in a minute, a great number will buy, even without a sales call. That's amazing, right? That's what's possible. All right, let's get practical here. So how do you find your best clients? Those that are already looking to get the results you offer. One thing that might be coming up for you in this whole idea of a best client is you might think, hey, Jude, even if I were to go high on, characteristics of my best client, I can tell you that I don't have that high level chomping at the bit for results kind of person in my audience right now. Well, I want to tell you some great news. Okay. In all likelihood, there are some of those best clients in your audience right now. You see, the thing is, empowered buyers tend to be the quiet ones. They're watching and they're waiting for you to invite them to get the help they want. They're there. So to find your best clients that are already in your audience, I want you to think about the best clients that you've already worked with, right? This will help you to identify who in the world is my best client if you haven't yet gotten to that with specificity. So think about the conversations you've had with those best clients currently or prior. Like, what did they say to you before working with you? What were the questions they had early on once inside? Think about the qualities and the characteristics those best clients all had, and not just the basic demographics and psychographics, but rather to what experience did they have before working with you? Like, what mattered to them? Go deeper into how they were thinking and what they were believing before working with you. And you have to understand, this is so important because you need to know these qualifiers so that you can call them out and speak to them specifically. So, for example, does age matter? How about past education or past career, or whether they have kids or not, or what stage of life they're in? So, for example, if you help midlife women lose weight, you're going to speak to their life experience and their concerns, which is going to be very different from someone helping new moms lose those last 10 pounds to get back to their pre-baby weight. So, very different messaging, which is based on the qualifications of your best client. Do you see how that works? These qualifications of your best client are critical. So you can call them out. And when you do, when you speak to their experiences, when you've said something that they thought about last night or this morning, right? Their ears are going to perk up and they're going to say, wait a minute, what did she say? How did she know that about me? How did she know that about my life? Right? I know my best client very well. She loves Jesus Christ and she is well educated. She's very accomplished and highly driven. She's a founder, a CEO, and she already has reached a level of success. She has a team, she's ready for more sales, and she wants to scale the business and do it peacefully. She wants more joy in running the business and knows that Jesus needs to be a part of the business. Like some of my clients have Jesus at the center of it, and others are like, why have I not? Why have I kept him out? Right. But my best client gets their clients results because they're so good at what they do. And they're frustrated that their high level of service isn't showing up in their number of clients or in their bank account. And my best client is such a high achiever that although somebody looking on the outside would look in at her and say, wow, she's successful, deep down, my best client knows she could be doing more. She could be having a higher level of impact. And she's asking, when is it finally going to get easier? And finally, my best client wants speed. She doesn't necessarily need the easy button. That's not what she's looking for. She has work ethic, right? But what she's looking for is systems, speed, so she can scale faster. That's the button she's looking for. And so she wants systems to create predictable sales. And that is a beautiful dovetail into the next part of what I want to talk about, which is what is the system for predictable sales? Well, that system is what I call the authority-driven funnel matrix. And it consists of 4 funnels that work together to say the right thing at the right time. Now, these funnels can work either organic or paid, and they're super simple. Why? Because simple scales, complexity stalls. And so install these 4 funnels into your business, and you're going to have a well-oiled marketing and sales machine. I kid you not. It can be that simple. Why overcomplicate? And today, I want to talk about the first funnel that helps you find the best clients sitting in your audience right now. And I call this your hand raiser funnel. This is a straightforward 3-step funnel that begins with a hand raiser itself, right? A hand raiser is messaging that succinctly yet powerfully draws out your best client. 3-step funnel. That's where it begins, with the hand raiser. Now, hand raisers can be as short as 1 sentence. And in fact, great news, the shorter the better. Because guess what? Best clients don't want to read a novel. They don't have time. They're successful. And they don't waste time, right? They're not the ones scrolling on social. They're the ones getting stuff done. And so this hand raiser funnel ends with a short and sweet sales conversation where the prospect comes in pre-sold and leaves enrolling as a new client. It's simple, it's streamlined, it's strategic. Now, the other 3 funnels are likewise focused on calling out your best client, giving them a powerful experience along with an invitation to learn more. And at every turn, positioning you as the authority, the leader in the industry, and qualifying to bring in your best clients only. So, as we wrap up, I want to reiterate that the future belongs to the businesses that are stepping up as the thought leader, standing out as the authority, and boldly, yes, there's that word again, boldly speaking directly to your best clients. And as you're going to hear later in this private podcast, they are scaling their sales while working less. This is the path to predictable sales and peaceful profits. And if you are not doing this, you're overworking, working longer and harder than you have to. So if you want to dial in your messaging and build this funnel matrix with me for consistent, predictable sales, apply to work with me. The link is in the show notes. And again, I'm going to review your application and get back to you shortly to let you know if you qualify. And if you do, we'll tell you what the next steps are. And speaking of working smarter, not harder, in the next episode, I'm going to walk you through a 24-hour work week so that you can turn 4-day weeks into 40K plus months. I cannot wait to share all the details with you. I'll see you there.